Hello, my name is Koba, and yesterday I was out in Abuere with a fellow activist named Peter, and we were patrolling as we always do because of the settler violence that's been increasing the last 2 weeks. And yesterday we were sitting under the fig tree, and around 12 o'clock 3 masked settlers came bearing wooden and metal sticks and started attacking us. I was hit on my left foot. I was the lucky one. Peter, my friend, had his nose broken and had 2 hard hits in his back with a metal stick, and he's just got out of surgery this morning, and he's doing well under the circumstances. And we have experienced a lot of settler violence in Abuere the last 2 weeks. The settlers have been burning down fields and threatening both internationals. I have had 2 death threats of settlers saying they want to kill me, and they've also thrown stones at female Palestinians, and the Palestinians are really scared right now to live there. They fear the daily life. They are afraid to go out and afraid to drive in their car. It's just miserable out there at the moment.
Did you recognize the 3 settlers that did this?
No, they were wearing masks, but I recognized the shirt of one of the settlers. He was wearing the exact shirt as the guy who threatened to kill me the day before, and he had the same body, I don't know, figure, but I can't say for sure that it's him. So.
And where were you injured?
I was injured on my left foot. I just was hit by a wooden stick, and I was able to block it with my left foot, and was able to run away after that. And the attack only lasted for 2 minutes or so. It was in and out, and then they ran up towards the outpost, where they always have people watching over the village. And 5 minutes after the settlers ran to the outpost, soldiers came from the same spot down towards us. We were sitting with Palestinians who helped us with the injuries and everything.
So the soldiers can identify who these men were then, can they?
At the police station we were told that she knew that the soldiers came from the place where the settlers ran, but she said then that that's not true anywhere at all, but I think that the soldiers know who it is.
Are you confident that the police will investigate this and convict somebody for it?
My experience yesterday at the police station is that they're not going to do anything. They took a report, and then they said, but they denied to see the photo evidence I brought with the people, and they said that I should come back tomorrow morning, Sunday at 9 o'clock. I'm going to do that, but I don't think anything will happen. I don't think they're going to do anything further.
Did you get good medical care from the soldiers that arrived?
An Israeli ambulance came first, and they were quite good actually. They treated Peter fairly nice, but they wanted to take us to Jerusalem, and I refused to go to Jerusalem because I was afraid that they would keep us there, and if you go to Jerusalem you have to pay for the treatment. And luckily a Palestinian ambulance came and took us to the Al Ahli hospital here in Hebron, where we got the most fantastic treatment for free, and they were really caring and concerned about what had happened to us. So.
Have you contacted your embassy?
Yesterday after the attack I called my media coordinator in the ISM, and she called the Danish embassy for me in Tel Aviv, and then the embassy called me half an hour later. But because a lot of press and soldiers, police were asking me questions, I said, please call me back in 10 minutes. And after that I haven't heard from the embassy. This morning, Saturday, I called an emergency hotline in the Danish Foreign Ministry and told them about the situation, because the Danish embassies are of course closed during the weekend, so you can't get in touch with them. And you can't get a passport unless you're willing to pay 3,000 Danish kroners.
And you lost your passport in this attack, did you?
They stole my bag with my passport, my money, my credit card, my camera, everything. And but I've got a phone call this morning, Saturday, from a Danish guy in Ramallah who has contacted the Danish consulate in Ramallah for me, and he said that they're willing to help me with the police and put pressure on the police to maybe try and solve the case. I don't have much hope about the solved being case, but just put pressure on the police.
Okay, thank you.